Back to school can be an overwhelming time for anyone, especially a highly sensitive kid. Our parenting expert, Dr. Sheryl Ziegler, is here to talk about that this morning. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
This is so important. I was telling you, one of my girlfriends posted about her son being a highly sensitive kid. And so we were talking a little bit about this. Talk about, for a highly sensitive kid, how their senses are so much different than what other kids are experiencing.
Yeah, I think it's important to understand what does that mean, because sometimes people might say, well, my kid's sensitive. Are they highly sensitive? And there really is a difference. A highly sensitive kid experiences things much more amplified than anyone else. So even noise, multitasking, play dates, kids, just the things that, we might think of as normal childhood or a normal classroom are felt very intensely. And it's really sort of their nervous system. Mm-hmm. So it's not a disorder. I want to make that clear. This is not something we diagnose, but it's something that we sort of is like a specifier, like something to know about a kid. So if you're watching this right now and wondering, a kid being sensitive once in a while is not a highly sensitive kid. Again, everything's louder, everything's faster, everything's a lot more overwhelming to them. Although, interestingly, the research actually says it could be 15 to 20% of kids actually fit criteria for being highly sensitive.
And you were saying it could be something as simple as like playground noises. Playground noises for some can feel like happy or laughing, or, you can kind of almost tune it out. But for highly sensitive kids, it can sound like screams almost. It can be very different.
Yeah, and another thing that's interesting, it's not just about them. So a highly sensitive child is scanning their environment and they're looking, let's say, at you. If you're the teacher or you're my coach or something, if you look upset, I feel it really big. If you frowned, if you went, if you, drank water a ton, they're processing your feelings as well. They're not just sensitive to their own senses, they're sensitive to the whole environment, including people around them.
They're internalizing it. So what can parents do if they have a highly sensitive kid, especially right now going back to school?
Yeah, going back to school is a very, very big deal. So one of the first things I would say they can do is you want to plan. Mm-hmm. So that could be mental preparation. Okay, tomorrow we're going to do this and it's going to be like this. Or let's say there's a field trip, there's something new. Really try to mentally walk them through that. That's really important. You also need to give them time and you need to be really patient, because the beginning of school adjustment for them is probably going to be longer than maybe other kids in their classrooms. So you have to be patient. Give it time. Yes, go through the routine mentally until maybe they even say to you, I don't need to do this anymore. I got it. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So that's a really nice approach. If you start to get mad, then they will feel that it'll reverse what you've been doing. Also, scheduling play dates. Being one-on-one with kids usually works out best. Try to find the friendly face, the friend, and if you don't know, ask the teacher. And the last thing I would say is give the teacher just a one sheet and not a long paragraph. They have cute little sheets, just something that says, here's what it means for my kid being highly sensitive, and give them a couple of bullet points. That would be very, very helpful for most teachers.
I don't have highly sensitive kids, but we did just fill out a form like that for our teachers that says, this is how I react when I'm, angry, or this is what I need when I'm feeling stressed or whatever. And I think that's really important because each kid is so different, and it can help the teachers and anyone else that's working with the kid figure out the situation.
Absolutely. And maybe if the teacher forgets they've got it, they can look through it again. Oh yeah, that's right. And so I think it's so helpful to be proactive.
That's great information. Dr. Ziegler, thanks so much for coming in. Really appreciate it.